WDSU News new jail reform report, the detailed document that has some calling for Orleans Parish Sheriff to resign. Also, a visual for a murdered man. The mother of the victim has a stern message for the shooter.
And not looking too bad this morning, but we do have some storms that are still around the area. I'm going to show you the radar coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WDSU News This Morning.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Farrowena alongside meteorologist Josie Venturella. So folks have probably been up a while, had breakfast, maybe your second pot of coffee. I know we're on our second or third here as well, but it's a bit gloomy out and really humid. We want to know, how should we spend the day?
All right, well, to start off the day, we're going to have a chance for a little bit more rainfall. I'd say late this morning going into the early afternoon. On the South Shore mainly, there will be a few showers around. By this afternoon, all that's going to sweep through, and we'll have some cooler temperatures arriving by late afternoon going into this evening. Finally, another cold front's going to be here, so by tomorrow and Monday, you'll really feel the difference in the weather. Let's take a look first at that satellite radar. What we're looking at currently, some cloud cover moving in. As you can see there, it's causing mostly cloudy, pretty much overcast skies for our area, and the reason is we have some storms that are drifting closer to us once again. This will be the last wave of rainfall that we'll see from this system. Now, all this is still offshore. Plenty of lightning associated with this cluster of storms here, so pretty strong, but good news is they are still offshore, but some of them could actually drift a bit along the coastal parish there, so we'll keep an eye on these storms. They continue to push off to the northeast. For now, though, we're all mainly dry. Now, 66 degrees, the current temperature over at the airport, mostly cloudy. High temperatures today will be for this morning and early afternoon, and we'll likely get up to about 69 or 70 degrees, but we're seeing a north wind at about 7 miles per hour now. So temperatures all around the area in the mid to upper 60s mainly. And as you look at the winds, currently calm in a lot of locations, and still seeing an east wind here, Boothville, Grand Island at the lakefront, but the front is actually pushing through the area off to our west right now, and that's why we're seeing those winds shifting out of the north and the northwest currently in areas to our west. So as you look at the hour-by-hour forecast, again, you saw the rainfall on the radar, so we'll keep that rain chance at about 40% for the next 3 or 4 hours. Once we get till about 1 p.m. and into the later afternoon, rain chances go down. Winds go up. We're looking at 15 to 20 mile per hour winds from the north as that front pushes through the area. We'll be at about 65 degrees by 4 o'clock, 62 by 7 o'clock, and notice that temperature steadily drops into tonight, 59 by 10 o'clock, and down into the 40s by tomorrow morning. So you'll definitely notice the difference. Much cooler temperatures coming for the next couple of days. We'll check out the radar and the forecast model, and I'll show you when the rainfall is forecast to get out of here, and the cold temperatures. I'll show you how cool to get overnight. The full forecast in a few minutes. Fair.
All right, Josie, thanks so much. Well, new this morning, police are investigating 2 separate late-night murders just blocks away. And the first incident, they found a burned body near Florida and Forstall. They say that body was burned beyond recognition. Then around the same time, they said that someone was shot to death in the 4800 block of North Dorgenwall. Both incidents were reported around 11 o'clock. No word if the 2 incidents are connected. Well, it's a new jail, but with the same problems, according to one report. After 2 years of reviewing progress at the Orleans Parish Prison, independent monitors say they are frustrated. They gave the sheriff's office a failing report and say they are not convinced that the department can achieve and sustain compliance. WDSU's Casey Ferrand explains the issues at hand.
Inmates were transferred to the new $150 million facility in September. Still, monitors say problems persist, from inadequate staffing to unacceptable and underreported levels of inmate fights and use of force.
Orleans Parish Prison is full.
This now infamous video inside the old Orleans Parish Prison is a reminder of the dysfunction at the now closed facility. The video shows inmates doing drugs, flashing a gun inside a jail cell, and deplorable conditions. It sparks changes during 2013 consent decree hearings.
Just moving into a new jail building wasn't going to fix the problem, and it hasn't.
In 2012, Katie Schwartzman's law firm sued Sheriff Marlon Gussman to improve conditions, stop rapes, beatings, and stabbings in the notorious OPP. Yet she says inmate safety is still a serious problem.
And they're all from different neighborhoods, different backgrounds, what have you. So there's a high propensity for violence and conflict. And if there's not staff there to interact with the prisoners, have control of the facility, it can become very dangerous very quickly.
In a report issued 2 weeks after the jail's latest inmate suicide, a team of independent monitors says the day-to-day crisis environment does not show signs of a professional, competent, or informed leadership. It also cited a negative internal culture at the jail ran by Sheriff Marlon Guzman.
If you change the shell or the structure of a prison, that only goes so far. You also have to ensure you have a positive culture, strong leadership at the top, somebody writing policies and procedures that work to protect people.
Monitors also say continued disagreements between the sheriff and Mayor Mitch Landrieu's administration over jail funding and management are part of the problem. Guzman issued a statement saying progress has been made at the jail in the last year, and that dozens of new policies and procedures have been developed since the monitor's last visit to the jail in August. He calls for more money from the city, saying low wages is the reason for staffing problems. Now, monitors did report some accomplishments like mental and medical health care inside the jail, as well as moving into the new facility. Still, Guzman says more new housing space is needed. Reporting at Orleans Parish Prison, I'm Casey Ferran, WDSU News.
And several local ministers are calling for Sheriff Guzman to resign following the latest report. Now, the ministers released a statement along with the Orleans Parish Prison Reform Coalition. It says, in part, we are not willing to continue to support a sheriff who continues to mismanage our jail and who seeks to add more beds to a jail that already warehouses too many of our community members. Now, the ministers plan to formally call for the sheriff to step down on Monday morning during a press conference in front of the jail. Meanwhile, the sheriff's office is looking for a man that they say bolted from a courtroom after a judge ordered that he be taken into custody. 42-year-old Tommy Perry had been released back in October, and he was back in court after police say he apparently failed a drug test. Well, as the deputies approached him to take him into custody, Perry hit a deputy and fled the building. Perry was originally charged with theft and illegal possession of stolen things. Now there is a warrant for his arrest for battery on an officer. Caught on camera. Police say this, of course, a man who robbed a store at gunpoint was caught on camera. It happened at Bell Chase on Highway 23. Police say the suspect pulled out a gun and demanded the clerk to give him all of the money or he would shoot. Well, he did leave the store with an unknown amount of cash, and he said that he would shoot the clerk if the police were called. Now, if you have any information, be sure to call the Plaquemines Parish Sheriff's Office. The family of a man shot and killed in Algiers held a vigil in honor of his memory. Aaron Thompson was killed while on the job making a delivery to a store. Now, those who knew him best gathered at the Chevron gas station where the shooting took place. Family and friends say that he was one who always looked for ways to help others. His mother is pleading with the public to help find the suspect.
You hurt a lot of people, honey. And I know you're running and I know you're hiding. That's what's best for you right now, but I promise you, you can't hide and you can't run for long. Just make it easy on yourself and turn yourself in.
The NOPD has not released any names of the suspects in the case and continues to investigate the shooting. No word on funeral arrangements at this time. Well, it's called the Dump Trump Movement, and it's moving full steam ahead. Who's come forward to detail a plan they hope that will derail the GOP frontrunner. And a live look outside. It's going to be a gloomy start, but it's supposed to clear up and be nice today. Enjoy your Saturday. You're watching WDSU News this morning.